don't know. It's a pre-show where we talk about what we're gonna do on the show. Oh, hope everybody had a good week. I know I did. It was all right.
Oh,
My
glad to hear.
weekend, my weekend was a little short, but man, hey, look at this big poof. Got a big poof right here. That's the big problem with my hair. A lot of just little bullshit this week. A lot of news, but it's all just little bits, little bits of news.
I guess we can do like a lightning round with it then.
Oh, it's definitely gonna be like it's gonna have to be, or we're gonna go forever because I got like 30 different fucking things. But
Sounds good.
there's a lot of stuff in the damn. Well, that's lucky. We'll talk about the book I was gonna talk about in Mona Destruction in top 3
Well, that works out pretty well.
because I really enjoyed it. So
Was
it
it King
made the list.
Grimlock?
No, that's over. It was good
Oh, my
though.
mistake.
It was good though. Yeah, there was a new Transformers book announced. Maybe we'll mention some of that. It's going to be a good time. Is there anything you'd like to add to this week's agenda, sir?
Not to the news, but I guess in the what we were doing, I did go see
Oh,
that
good.
Uncharted movie.
Oh, good. Yeah, definitely talk about that. Let's do it. Hell yeah, I'm excited now. We got something to talk about. You know, that's the wrong one.
Yeah, that's the
all better.
just we're off to a rocky start here.
You don't think anybody will watch that garbage?
Some people will watch anything, Scarlet.
It's true, Scarlet.
And thank God for that, you know.
That was a great episode of G.I. Joe. That's when Cobra had their own, like, they took over, like, cable.
Oh man, that was like
awesome.
For something that came out of the 80s, that was surprisingly like forward thinking, honestly.
It really was. It really was. Greetings, geeks. It's another episode of this Geek in Comics, Outright Geekers comic book shit talk show.
Shit talk show.
Gomer and Taylor.
Hey.
Gruesome Twosome. How's everybody doing? I'll run through mine quick. Marvelous Miss Maisel is back. Very excited for a season. They're only dropping 2 episodes a week, which I hate. But I also saw Encanto, which masterpiece, chef's kiss.
Oh, are you just now seeing Encanto?
Yeah. I don't know how it fell through the cracks, but
I mean, it's Lin-Manuel. It seems like right up your alley, you know.
I know, but I mean, every time this man does put out something, I lose my mind. And oh my God, Luisa's song, the Surface Pressure, it gets me every time. It's a weight on my shoulders, that song. I love it.
Well, the first time I saw it, this is one of those movies where like I saw it the first time and it was like that was pretty solid. But then like it's grown on me since then. Like
gosh,
I didn't realize how much those songs had like infiltrated my brain space, you know. And I find myself like Isabella's song is the one I think that gets caught in my head the most often.
Yeah, great stuff. But you saw something that actually matters. You saw Uncharted. I don't have an image for Uncharted, but
no worries. All right, so a lot of the reviews I saw about this made me think, okay, this probably isn't going to be very good. But it was a lot better than what I thought it was going to be going in.
Oh, okay. I guess that's raving review. It was the shit I thought I was going to see.
It wasn't a masterpiece. I was expecting it to be just kind of like a mediocre action movie. But it's a little bit better than just mediocre, I think.
Hints of Indiana Jones?
Sure. I mean, it's based off of the Uncharted video game, which I should
basically Indiana Jones.
Yes, it's basically like a Tomb Raider clone, which itself is like an Indiana Jones clone.
Yeah, it's true.
So, like, we're getting like a photocopy of Indiana Jones here.
Yeah.
And I should say that I've never played, nor do I care about the Uncharted games. So
I heard they were great.
I've heard good things, but I just mentioned that because like any dissimilarities with the games, I don't know them.
Oh, exactly. I haven't played them or watched anybody play them, but they look action-packed. They look like a fucking blast.
Yeah, and I did recognize from some like trailers I've seen for the game some of the set pieces they used for this game.
Yeah, like the hanging from the
cargo trailing from the cargo plane. Yeah, but
my favorite angle to this movie is that they made Fortnite characters out of the movie characters. I love the meta there. The Fortnite, video game characters turned movie characters turned.
I don't know how Fortnite like manages all the licensing they're able to do because it's legitimately very impressive.
Oh, they don't. That's not them licensing. That's companies advertising.
Oh, I guess that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying because it does sort of feel like that, and it does help them. But no, dude, that's all advertising. People are paying them
I'm surprised
to
like
get that shit in
Spider-Man
there.
feels like it needs to advertise, but
Well, and it
irregardless.
was, and dude, they probably don't charge them much, because like you're kind of alluding to. It is also helpful for Fortnite to have that
Yeah, I
content,
mean, it seems like a mutually beneficial thing. But anyway, back to this movie though.
Yeah, sorry, Uncharted.
Yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun. Like, I enjoy movies where like it's a treasure hunt. Like, I liked those National Treasure movies from
I
like
just
15
watched
years
those
ago.
today.
Yeah,
Both
I'm
of them.
actually looking forward to the Disney Plus version of
I
that.
am too, dude. It
Um,
looks awesome.
but yeah, I enjoy like
Well, I
heist
mean,
slash treasure
never
hunt
mind.
movies. So this was kind of in my wheelhouse and not outstanding, but I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was going to.
Well, that's good. Awesome. That's basically a raving fucking review.
Compared to a lot of the other reviews I've seen, yes, it is like significantly above average.
I also did watch the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie on Netflix.
How was it?
It's garbage, and
Oh,
I loved it
okay, good.
so much.
That was about to be my follow-up question.
I
Like, is
mean,
it fun garbage?
it is just trash, dude. What's the name of the movie again? Oh, hey Daisy, thanks for stopping by. We were talking about Uncharted. That's the new one with Marky Mark and Spider-Man in it. Mark Wahlberg and Tom Holland. Based on the video game. So yeah. But the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, yeah, it's just way over the top, way stupid. And at one point, Leatherface grabs this dude's arm and breaks it. And like the bones are popping out, but his arm isn't quite, it's still kind of attached. And then he proceeds to stab him with the own sharp ends of his own broken bones.
So that does sound like kind of like
Okay,
throwback
okay.
schlock, you know?
Yeah, dude. I was like, all right, okay, I can get into this.
I mean, what's the
There,
point of watching a slasher movie if you're not watching just like, gore porn,
Yeah, I was talking with somebody and they were like, I just didn't like the plot. And I'm like, the plot?
Who fucking cares?
You were going into this expecting plot? I mean, we were just, clowning, but
I figured, but
it was really funny.
okay,
Dude.
so it does sound like it's decent brain dead fun, like something to throw on in October.
Yes, it is decent brain dead fun. It is, yeah, it's right up there. You can just throw it in and have a good gory, background shit going on. But yeah, it's terrible. It's just utter trash. But I loved it so much.
Well, that's like its own genre,
Yeah,
like
dude.
fun, bad horror movies.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, like most of the Friday the 13th movies and like the Hellraiser movies and like the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, they're all bad. Like, they're just objectively like stupid, but they're fun.
They are so much fun, dude. Yeah. And I mean, like, Freddy is a great character. Chucky is a great character. And that's kind of why you're watching.
Well, those guys actually have personalities, which gives them a
Yes.
good leg up over like your Michael Myerses and your Jason
Leatherface.
Voorheeses and your Leatherfaces of the world.
Leatherfacing. He's just a supernatural. He's not even really supernatural. He takes his
Yeah, they're just like big like gorillas with weapons.
Yeah, dude, it's a gorilla with a chainsaw. Okay, a homicidal gorilla. So yeah, everybody should watch that. It's awesome, but it's the worst movie. It's so bad. I loved it. All right, let's do news. As previously mentioned, most of these are really super fast, quick hits. We're going to take a look at a lot of new comics that were announced. But we don't talk about Bruno, but we have to talk about Comixology. All right. The premier digital comics platform purchased by Amazon years ago. But a few months ago or so, the biggest internet retailer in history, Amazon, announced that it was basically shuttering Comixology and moving all of that content into their already created e-reader platform, Kindle Reader. On a side note, I always found it really ironic that a huge corporation named after a jungle that is being destroyed by fire names their shit Kindle and like fire. Okay, I'm just saying. Yeah, that's evil. That's evil shit, y'all. But anyway, the change is terrible. There's been a lot of people bitching online, and rightfully so. It's not working. You read comics differently than you read.
Yeah, it's not going to be like just a direct one-to-one adaptation.
And it doesn't work. It doesn't work. The library section is fucked. It's not great. It's not great. And that's not even touching on like the DRM. There's a DRM part to it now. And people have lost their jobs, obviously, because there's no more
Well,
comics.
yeah, anytime you I'm sure some people got, to be part of the transition, but it's never everyone,
Nope. So yeah, Comixology's fucked right now. That's all I got on Comixology, basically. See, I told you they're all quick.
Well, yeah, it's a shame, but yeah, not much to say about it.
And you don't even use that service.
I don't, but I recognize that was the way a lot of people got to read their comics, and it's a shame that this is hurting people who that's their way of getting the content,
Exactly. Moving right along, JLA Avengers is being reprinted. This is kind of like a soap opera. This was done back in the day. The amazing George Perez with Kurt Busiek did this as a cross-promotional sort of thing. Basically, when comics were in the shitter, they had just had a really bad time. So this
is coming off of the so-called Dark Ages. Like this original run of this, right, was like late '90s, early 2000s, I think.
It was in the '90s, late '90s.
Yeah.
So, okay, so they're redoing it now. Okay. George Perez is very sick. He has cancer. He has decided to forego treatment and is just going to, pass away. More power to him. He's definitely done enough in his life. He is a legend and will, always have his voice spoken,
Unimpeachable. Yeah.
Yeah. But via the Hero Initiative, Marvel and DC decided to bury the hatchet, so to speak, over distribution of this. All the proceeds are going to go to charity. They're only doing 7,000 copies. If you want one, call your comic.
Oh shit! Do that now because that's going to be gone fast.
I got my order in as soon as the code went live on Diamond, so they're selling it for $30. It's going to be a 64. It's going to have the whole 4 issues. It's 288 softbound. It's actually 2003. Yeah, so it was early 2000s. 4-issue co-publishing venture between DC and Marvel. A retail price of $29.99, and yes, only 7,000 copies. It's a good thing, okay, to buy this to help out the Hero Initiative, to have a copy of this timeless book. And don't sweat that $30. You could flip this probably the next week for double.
Yeah, this is a good purchase in various ways, right? It's a good investment because yes, you almost certainly be able to flip this pretty well. It is going to charity, and that's a worthy investment in its own right. And this is a legitimately great book. This is actually one of my most beloved books that I have in my collection.
Yeah, it's so good.
It is. George Perez, I saw, reacted to this saying that this is his fan project, right? This is like his love letter, and it absolutely shows.
Yeah.
Him and Kurt Busiek, they do a great job, like making this good fan service. Not fan service like sexy fan service, but like
Endgame.
Yeah,
Endgame style fan service.
Yeah, it's made by fans for fans, and it's a love letter to the genre, and it's really good. It's way better than it has any right to be. It's so much better than that amalgam stuff. And if you're only experience with the DC Marvel crossovers is like Marvel versus DC, this is so much better than that.
Yeah, it's so much better, dude. It's fantastic. All right, moving on. Wild Cards is coming back. There was a Wild Cards book somewhere. I don't know where. But this is actually a prequel. Wild Cards, The Drawing of Cards, #1. Paul Cornell and Mike Hawthorne are doing it at Marvel. So yeah, that's really weird. This is written by George R.R. Martin. That's why it's such a big deal. And basically, there's like an alien thing. Some people die. There's like a virus. Some people get infected by a virus, an alien virus. Some people die. Some people come out of it being like strange and mutated. And then some people come out with superpowers, right? And they're either good or evil. So it's this.
Yeah, it's quite the lottery there.
Yeah, right. It's this big, huge, basically superhero universe, but it was all done in novel format and short stories, over like 30, altogether, maybe more than that, like novels and short stories put together from George R.R. Martin. That dude can write, at least he used to.
When he does write, yeah, he's a good writer. But
yeah, he's great at it.
He's
great at it.
This is one of the things I'd never heard of this. So, soup.
I'm not sure what that is.
No idea. But
I thought you maybe knew.
No idea.
It might be a wild card. It might be a wild cards thing. I mean,
suppose.
I've read some of it, but man, it's been like in high school. It's been so long ago.
But yeah, if you knew about this before and you were a fan of it, I'm glad for you. I am.
Mhm.
But like, other than George R.R. Martin's name being attached to this, that's the only thing that like made me like take a second glance at it.
Oh yeah, it's just everything in one story. Sure, yeah, there is a lot to wild cards. You might be talking about JLA Avengers, but yeah, there's a lot going on at wild cards.
That is an appropriate description of JLA Avengers, though, because like basically the plot of this is just like how many toys can we throw into this toy box, and they handle it pretty well. They come with a smart way to like get Captain Marvel and Captain Marvel not knowing which one of them you're talking to.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. All right, moving on. Wonder Twins movie has been confirmed. It's going to be at HBO Max. Warner Brothers has tapped Adam Stickel, I don't know his name, to write and direct. He wrote the screenplay for the upcoming Black Adam movie. Martin Bowen and Wick Godfrey are going to produce under the Temple Hill banner, which has a track record of doing shit like Twilight and Maze Runner. So that kind of tells you where this movie is going to go. It's going to be sort of a teenage sort of thing. It would be my belief that the Russell run is where they're going to pull from. I think it's the quintessential modern day run. It might be the only modern day.
It's the only one that I know of. Yeah. I mean, the Wonder Twins are characters that kind of have like the stigma of being part of that Super Friends cartoon.
Yeah.
The Super Friends cartoon was
okay for its time.
It was very of its time, which is to say very stupid, but in like an endearing kind of way.
Yeah.
But yeah, since that's the only exposure most people have to these characters, I feel like it's pretty hard to take them seriously. So yeah, that was, I think, the only time they've tried to take a crack at it in the last few years was.
And Russell did okay.
Russell's run.
It was
he did a solid job. Yeah, it was pretty good. And there's a story to tell here, so this could end up being pretty cool.
It's just a matter. The real burning question is who will play Gleek in the movie.
It's the only thing that matters. Yeah,
it is. All right, we did get an early look at Bone Orchard. Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino, arguably the best team in comics, and it looks amazing. I mean, we only get just a few pages here, but oh man, I'm so excited by this. This is starting like a huge sort of shared horror universe.
I mean, that looks cool as hell, yeah.
Yeah, so it's called The Passageway. It's an original graphic novel. It is due out Wednesday, June 15th. It tells a complete dark and mysterious story, but it also opens door to this larger universe of the Bone Orchard mythos that they're setting up. And I mean, this is one of the big things in comics that I am really, really excited for over the next, few weeks or few months, I guess. So, yeah, look out for that Wednesday, June 15th. I can't wait. And it's an OGN, so there's no excuse, Taylor. That's how you buy your image stuff anyway. That's how you buy your image stuff anyway.
Yeah, I'll probably check that out.
Yeah. We may have talked about this. The new Thunderbolts team. Did we talk about the new Thunderbolts team?
I don't remember.
Jim Zub and Sean Izaakse. Hawkeye-led Thunderbolts team.
My first reaction to this Thunderbolts team is these are not criminals being turned to, like, a chain gang fighting crime. So how is this a Thunderbolts team?
Yeah, it's weird. Thunderbolts initially was like a bunch of bad guys pretending to be good guys. And
ever since then, they've basically been Marvel's Suicide Squad.
Yeah, later on, it was a bunch of bad guys forced to be good guys, had varying degrees of success there. But yeah, I have no fucking idea why they're
none of these characters. I mean, Hawkeye was a former villain, but that was such a long time ago, and that was such a brief thing that no one hardly thinks of that connection, really.
Yeah, it don't count no more.
Yeah, and then we have Photon and Ms. America Chavez, and I think that's the new Power. Oh, okay. And that's the new Power Man, I think, back there?
Yeah, Power Man. Persuasion is on here.
I don't think any of these guys are criminals. I don't know Persuasion, and I don't know the big guy in the back corner there.
The big guy in the back is brand new. His name is Gutson Glory, which is dumb.
Yeah, I don't care for that, but
dumb.
Yeah.
He is a cyber soldier seeking new glory. I have faith in Jim Zub.
I do have faith in Jim Zub. Jim Zub is amazing. I'm confused as to how this is a Thunderbolts.
It sounds like shit. It sounds like it's going to be garbage. It's a
Yeah.
5-issue miniseries
But hey,
launching.
Jim Zub gets you a solid maybe.
Exactly.
Like, even when I don't really understand why this is
anything at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's going to drop May 25th. Look for that. It wouldn't be new DC Comics if there wasn't a new Batman. DC announces new comic series, Batman Fortress, Gary Whitta and Derek Robertson. Love that Derek Robertson. Can DC's Dark Knight stop an invasion? When an unknown alien ship enters Earth's atmosphere, disrupting global power and communications, the world is left wondering, where is Superman when he is needed most? In the mysterious absence of the last son of Krypton, Batman must rally the Justice League to counter the alien threat, but first, he must quell a crime wave. I mean, this sounds like a damn Batman story. All right,
Yeah,
Gary,
I mean,
yeah.
This sounds like, take your pick. It sounds like Joker War. It sounds like Fear State. It sounds like, countless other things, except that it's aliens this time instead of, the supervillain of the week.
Right. Gary Whitta wrote Rogue One, a Star Wars story, and he also wrote the Book of Eli. So this dude knows how to write stuff. Maybe not comics.
I mean, it could be cool. I mean, that's not a terribly unique sounding premise, but it does sound like, it could make for a fun story. So I'm not writing it off or anything. I'm just
And Derek Robertson is world famous. The Boys, Transmetropolitan. I mean, 2 of the best comics ever written. They're up there, top 50. At least. Just some great books. That's going to launch on May 24th. I love this variant. I think this is the Dolly variant cover.
That is a cool cover.
I love that variant cover. So yeah, look out for that. Always Batman books. This is pretty fun. This is the cover to issue number 2, the main cover. I kind of like that Batman has an entourage flying behind him.
Yeah, I mean that's fun.
Dumb and stupid. All right, moving on because we got a lot to get through. Scotty Young and Kyle Stram are teaming up for a new fantasy comic called Twig. The only thing you need to know about Scotty Young is he did I Hate Fairyland. He did Middle West. He also did The Wizard of Oz. Okay. This dude knows how to write fantasy. He knows his shit when it comes to this. This drops Wednesday, May 4th. It's the first day of Twig's new job as a journeyer on a Jeff Smith's Bone-esque quest.
I was just about to say, this kind of gives me Bone vibes.
It gets even weirder. Jeff Smith's Bone-esque quest to save the Dark Crystal Labyrinth-style world. And it's like, okay, let's just take all the cool fantasy shit ever created, and we'll just throw it all into one comic. It does get a sweet Peach Momoko cover. There are virgin variants of all 3 of those. And yeah, here's the interior. It looks solid, dude. It's the only reason I picked it.
Yeah,
I mean, really fun. Look at this. Look at that. That looks awesome.
I mean, yeah, this does kind of give you a Bone vibe. This does kind of give you a Jim Hansen vibe. I mean, if that's what they're trying to ape here, they are doing a pretty good job of that. And so, yeah, like you said, Scotty Young definitely knows how to write these types of stories.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this could be a lot of fun. It does look very adorable.
I think so, too. Moving on, X-Men Green, a new X-Men comic. This is actually a print of a digital first. It's going to drop the 18th and then in May 18th and then June 22nd. It's Gary Duggan and Emilio Laiza. It's basically, did I not pop it up? It's basically Wolverine hanging out with Nature Girl. That's it.
Yeah. So was this if it was 2018 originally, is that back when they were still doing the color X-Men teams, red and gold?
No, this is in the Krakoan age. Did I say 20? Oh, no. The first issue drops May 18th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then June 22nd. It's going to be told across only those 2 issues, and it also has bonus content on top of what originally came out on X-Men Unlimited. Yeah, there you go. I love Nature
Sauron
Girl.
A mutant?
Is who?
Sauron?
Well, I don't know. Mr. Sinister ain't a fucking mutant. They let him on the damn island.
Well, I mean, he has a version of him that's a mutant. I don't fucking know, man.
I don't remember. I love that cover. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Nature Girl. I don't know why. She's just really fun. Moving on. This one, you're going to love. Yes, the Rorschach team of Tom King and Jorge Fornes, along with Dave Stewart, take another trip to the farthest reaches of the DC universe in a new book called Danger Street. There's another cover. These interiors look freaking amazing. I love this cover too, the Dr. Fate variant.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's some of the interiors. Joining the Justice League is a goal for any superhero, but what happens when the quest for membership takes a sinister turn? Join Starman, Metamorpho, and Warlord as they look to prove themselves worthy by summoning and defeating Darkseid in battle. Soon they'll learn that calling upon a new god never ends well, and their world is headed for disaster as a result. You know Tom King. Each person the heroes encounter plays a crucial role in this sprawling yet gripping narrative that is a little bit silly. A whole lot of dark and completely cool. That's May 3rd. It's
Yeah.
Black Label, 12-issue Black Label series.
I mean, Tom King does some of his best stuff when they throw him like some Z-list characters that no one gives a shit about. And,
I think
just
he
like
loves
do whatever you want. Yeah.
Yeah, basically that's all he's done. Outside of like the Crisis that he did. What was that weird Crisis he did?
Oh,
Crisis Identity, not Identity Crisis.
It was Identity Crisis, I think.
No, that's older.
Oh, no, that was like the old Justice League thing, yeah. I know what you're talking about. I can't remember what it was
some weird Crisis where they
the thing where they shat all over Wally West, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did. Heroes in Danger?
Heroes in Crisis.
Heroes in Crisis, that's right.
Yeah, okay. Heroes in Crisis. Jeez, there's been a lot of crises, okay?
It's hard to keep track.
Not everything is a crisis, DC, okay? Keep crying wolf. So yeah, Danger Street looks good. It's fucking Tom King. Image is doing a new book called I Hate This Place, right? Here's the cover for it. It's just about a couple who buys a house and the house is haunted, right? Sounds cool. Why am I talking about it, though? Because they have a variant cover with Fuck This Place as the title.
Well, that's fun.
I need this variant. All right. It's a hot spec. I need to find that variant. I'm going to get it. That book comes out in May. Kyle Starks is writing it. He did all kinds of fun stuff, including a book called Rock Candy Mountain, which I adore. Artami Topolin is doing the art. They were in a book called Ice Cream Man Presents during the quarantine. They did Ice Cream Man. And Lee Luffridge is doing the coloring on there. So that book's going to be hot. Keep an eye out for that. New Aquaman book has been announced called Aquaman Andromeda. It's a new Black Label miniseries from Ram V and Christian Ward. The series is said to feature elements of psychological horror. I'm stoked for this. This is going to be cool. Great writer, even better artist. Look at that. Oh, my God. Christian Ward. Draw my life.
That is kind of an interesting idea, right? Because, like, Aquaman hangs out in the sea, and the sea does have kind of like a pedigree, right? For, like, eldritch horror.
Oh, for sure. I mean, in the fucking Aquaman movie, he's riding a Cthulhu at the end of that damn movie. You know, I mean, for sure, there's that sort of shit. This is only a 3-issue Prestige Plus format. I love that. Tom King doing 12 issues at Black Label in Prestige format. That book's going to be 2 hardcover collections big. So yeah, I'm stoked for this. Brian Hitch is doing a variant cover, and Reek is doing a 125, and there's a Christian Ward foil variant 1 in 50 for this book. It's going to be really hot. It's going to be really hot, dude. So, yeah, I'm stoked for that. Very excited to get that book. Finally, I think this is all we got. Duo has been announced. Now, Earth M is the new thing now over at DC. They announced they were doing this, that when they brought Milestone back, it wasn't just going to be in one city. It wasn't just going to be characters that we saw in the past. They were really bringing Milestone back in a big way. And this is the first book that's new in the Milestone universe.
Yeah, it's the first step outside of Dakota, because I know all the books they have so far are just in that one city with characters from the past. So yeah, cool to see that them expanding the universe wasn't just a bunch of hot air.
Yeah, no shit. And it's a great idea. Like you said, this is joining Static, Icon, Rocket, and Hardware in 2022. It's only getting bigger. Okay. The first title is called Duo. It's a 6-issue limited series. 2 lovers, both scientists, you know, but they do like the Nuclear Man thing. I think that's his name. No, he's one of the Nuclear Men. They combine through a nanotechnology experiment, and they're merged. It gives them extraordinary powers, but it also has erased the boundaries between them. And I mean, that could be the worst thing to ever happen. You know, your significant other being able to just know everything.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh man,
even if it's not like something like lurid or anything, there are
yes.
things that like, we just kind of keep to ourselves, and
Yeah, and that's
that's
offensive enough when you're in a relationship. You don't know who's going to think what is important. Number one, it's going to be written by Greg Pak, drawn by Koi Pham. Scott Han is getting in on there. DK Ruan is getting a variant cover. So is Dennis Cowan. And there's a 1 in 25 variant from Nimit Malavia. I think this is that 1 in 25 variant. I'm not sure. But yeah, this is going to be a hot book. This is the new shit. Milestone is, and they're Asian characters. They're from that part of the world. And I really think that it is DC's goal, just like they said, to become more, worldly, to get out there and do that sort of shit.
I mean, it's a good thing to do, and it's the thing that makes the most business sense nowadays, right? Like, you
Yup.
want to expand that market.
For sure. So yeah, again, that was our rapid fire. Let's get into some food news because this is disgusting this week.
Oh, God damn it.
Yummy.
I know these are your favorite.
All right, let's get it over with.
I even have it. We're going to continue the trend of one bad one, one good one, so Taylor doesn't just quit the show.
I appreciate it. I really do.
You're welcome. The first one is the bad one. The Idaho Potato Commission launches a limited edition French fry scented perfume.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, my gosh. All right. I don't know if you've ever known anyone who has worked the fryer at a restaurant.
I have known such people.
You don't need this. Work one shift at the fucking fryer. You will never get that smell off of you. Okay? Never.
I mean, I smell like fries when I just make them at home,
Dude.
like
yeah.
You don't need the perfume for the. And this is one of those things where, like, why would you want to? Like, I love French fries. They're great. That I'll eat them every day if I could.
I don't want to smell like a French fry.
Yeah, I don't enjoy them because of the way they smell. I wouldn't be like, do you smell like fries?
Yeah. Ooh, I mean, come on. You smell like fried potatoes. Do you want to bang? What? No. Not because you smell like potatoes.
Yeah, that is a barrier to attraction, not a cause for it.
Yeah, for sure. Go to the Idaho Potato Commission's website. You can get it for a bottle of 1.7 ounces, $1.89. So yeah, it's.
Well, I guess it's affordable at least.
Yeah, this ain't DK.
Okay, if this was their way of like trying to like buy up some excess potato crop or something like that, okay, but
it's fucking weird.
Yeah.
But our good one, Coca-Cola has unveiled a space-themed flavor called Starlight. Coca-Cola Starlight goes on sale Monday, tomorrow, the 21st. Now, the Coke is doing this whole thing, and we talked about it. They're doing this Coca-Cola Creations. It's a platform that takes the iconic brands and lends it to new expressions driven by collaboration, creativity, and cultural connections.
Well, that's a lot of corporate buzzwords there. Yeah, but,
it's woke Coke. It's woke Coke.
Okay, so what does this one specifically taste like, though? Because
Starlight features a subtle cooling sensation that builds, capturing the feeling of a cold journey in space. The drink itself is close to the color of Coca-Cola, but it has a slight reddish hue, inspired by the light of stars.
Okay.
Which star? Is this Krypton's fucking star?
I guess it's Rao or something like that.
So yeah, they're partnering with a pop star, Ava Max, who I don't know who that is. I'm not.
I'm not cool enough to know who that is, I guess. But
so yeah, it'll be available for a limited time, 12-ounce bottles and 10 packs, 7.5-ounce mini cans, both in original and sugar-free, zero sugar options.
So this is intriguing enough that I'd give it a try.
I am going to definitely find some and give it a try. I will let you know if I get some on the show. All right, shit. I don't know. Let's just fucking do it, because then I can get this shit out of here.
Go for it.
All right. Usually,
this is your solo hour here.
Usually Taylor is here for this shit, but man, there was so much good news. Yes, IDW is publishing a lot of shit before they lose the license at the end of the year. But Paramount got on a call to investors. There's a new animated movie coming out. Beast Wars, the new live-action movie, which is going to drop on June 9th, 2023 now. is the first of a trilogy of movies. That's fucking awesome. And there's a new animated series coming to Nickelodeon. It's directed by the animated film that they're doing is directed by Josh Cooley, who did Toy Story 4. Man, it's awesome news. It's awesome news.
I did not care for Toy Story 4, I will
It was
say.
all right. It was all right.
3 was like a perfect ending, and
Oh
so
my gosh,
4
dude.
has like it elicits more resentment from me than anything else because they really should have quit while they were ahead.
Dude, I consider Toy Story to be up there for the best trilogies of all time.
Oh yeah, I mean
It's amazing.
That is a valid argument to make.
I love it. I love it. But now they did announce Last Bot Standing, which is a new comic coming out as part of IDW, losing the license and swapping over. So that's going to be by Nick Roche and EJ Sue. I had to get through that because, man, that was awesome. Transformers number 40 did come out. It was fucking awesome. I know we shit on this book all the time, but man, there's only 3 issues left to Brian Ruckley's run, and he's finishing off strong, man. He's finishing off strong. It was a whole lot of fun.
Well, I'm glad to hear that it's going out on a high note, seemingly.
Yeah. There was another book that we could talk about for Instruments of Destruction or the Moment of Destruction, but I'm going to save it for my top 3 because, damn it, it was that good. So let's do it. I know, man. Let's jump into Sweet. Taylor, I guess you should go first, brother.
All right.
Me too. I don't care.
That's cool. I got it. I'll do an honorable mention for Flash number 779. It's always fun. Yep. I did not get that variant because that's kind of weird. Yeah.
I liked this variant. I liked all of the I forget who the artist was here, but she did a few this week.
Yeah.
Good call. Good shout out. Good shout out.
I got the first issue of Iron Fist, which it was a fun read. It had like some like kung fu action. It was kind of nice. It did kind of have like an annoying element where it is indeed like Swordmaster, his like the new Iron Fist here, and he had a really bad case of being a stupid angsty teen who doesn't take 5 fucking seconds to explain the goddamn situation, and instead it's like, "Leave me alone, old man. You don't understand."
I hated this book.
That's stupid. I hate it when that happens.
It felt like I had read this book a dozen times before. I don't know why they're making Swordmaster into Iron Fist. He was relevant as Swordmaster. Swordmaster was a good book. I don't get it. I don't like this at all. It's like when Amadeus Cho became Hulk. I liked Amadeus fucking Cho as Amadeus Cho. You don't have to change him. He was already cool. I hated this book. It was bad.
I thought it was a solid first issue, but nothing special.
Good spec issue.
Sure
first
thing.
Issue of Swordmaster as
also do a honorable mention for King Conan number 3. Jason Aaron continues to do well. Like like you were saying, like your favorite parts of the book are where he's just like telling kind of like the micro stories of like his adventures, and Conan really lends himself well to that type of storytelling because like Conan has like had so many like balls to the walls, like outrageous bullshit adventures.
Yeah.
This continues to be a lot of fun. It's definitely worth checking out.
Awesome.
My number 3 though is going to be X Lives of Wolverine number 3.
Nice. That is my number 2 book this week.
Yeah.
Let me find the cover.
The artwork in here is a big part of the appeal. Like those big, like 2-page spreads where we're seeing like the snippets of the different lives that he's rolling.
Not that one.
We'll get to that one eventually.
Yeah.
But, fucking Moby Dick is like Omega Red. Like, they keep finding like more and more like, oh shit, like things for Omega Red to be possessing in the past, including
that book. Go ahead. Oh, there it is. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about specifically.
I couldn't find it.
That is rad as hell.
That is fucking epic shit, dude.
Yeah.
I loved it. I don't have a problem with this book at all. It just keeps getting better and better. And the event keeps getting better. We're halfway through the overall. event, basically, right? It's 5 issues
Yeah.
each. So
Yeah, we are. I think officially at the halfway point of this whole shebang
yeah.
at this point.
Just action packed. It's steeped in Wolverine lore, dude. I mean, fucking Romulus shows up. I was not expecting to ever see Romulus again.
Yeah. One of the big strengths of this book is that it's a greatest hits tour of like Wolverine's long and convoluted past.
Those are his best books, dude. Wolverine Origins from Daniel Way was some of the best Wolverine writing that I've ever experienced. And it was all a big retcon. Every issue changed something about his past. And the fun of this series is they're trying to not do that. They're trying to have Wolverine revisit his past without changing it. If Itsu dies, Daken isn't born. At one point they're even talking about putting a Cerebro unit with all the mutant backups into a black hole so they can get away with keeping people from
So
being
like a
lost
time
in
space
time.
paradox doesn't fuck things up here.
Crazy
but
shit.
Yeah, one of the great strengths of Wolverine as a character is that he does have such a long past for you to pull from, and they're doing a great job with that here.
Yeah. Sabretooth and the bees.
Yep.
The bees.
And yeah, we also got cool action. It's Ben Percy knows how to write Wolverine. This book is at times heartbreaking, at times exhilarating, and yeah, it's a whole lot of fun.
And I mean, Percy knows the character, but he also knows how to write a comic. All right. We weren't really sure how Omega Red was doing what he was doing.
Yeah.
In this issue, we figure it out. Homeboy's using the Cerebro sword, and I'm like, oh, of course he is. Duh. Yeah, I thought it was fucking genius, dude.
Yeah, so they did a good job teasing that out. This has been fun the whole time, but that first issue is how the hell is this happening? What's going on? But now we are finally our patience is rewarded,
Yeah, and I think it's just a great way for them to write this book, dude. Omega Red getting possessed by a whale. Oh, and the cliffhanger. Where Omega Red's
fucking Wolverine
I'm just gonna possess Wolverine, and I was like, oh shit, that's a great idea.
Yeah, that is one of those. How are they gonna get out of this one type of things?
Well, Gene,
I know. Gene's probably gonna do psychic jujitsu for him, but
he's connected to the most powerful.
It is a good stinger though, because in the moment at least you're like, oh well, this is a problem.
If Omega Red is able to do what he's doing, why can't Gene and Professor X do the same fucking thing?
Maybe they could. I don't know.
Awesome. I'll go. Honorable mentions. I'm sure we're going to mention this again. Nightwing, solid as always.
Yeah, that's my number 2.
Yeah. Primordial. I just wanted to mention this. Primordial number 6, Jeff Lemire, Andrea Sorrentino. This is the final issue, so I had to bring it up. Arguably, again, the best creative team in the industry today. And this book is a great example of why. It's full of heart. It's full of deep sci-fi. It's got this meta shit going on, more morality. It's just awesome, dude. Jeff Lemire is just a master of his craft. He's amazing at writing fucking comics.
I mean, he is definitely a contender for the best writer working today.
He's amazing. Yeah, he's just brilliant. So, but my number 3, I'm not even sure you're reading this book. Hulk number 4, Donny Cates and Riot Otley. It's just big, dumb, stupid fun, and I fucking love it. Here, this is why. Let me read this. This is the front page synopsis. Bruce Banner has somehow managed to split the Hulk into 3 distinct parts. The Hulk's body has been turned into a starship. Banner's psyche pilots the starship from within Hulk's mind, and the Hulk's psyche fuels the starship with his anger, which Banner harnesses by locking the Hulk in the quote-unquote engine room and sending escalating levels of opponents for him to fight. All right, that's fucked up. That is crazy-ass shit that is going on, right? But the next paragraph, Banner piloted his Starship Hulk through a portal to an unstable pocket dimension and was brought to an alternate universe by another version of Bruce Banner. In this reality, Bruce never became the Hulk, and the Gamma bomb test was so successful that Bruce's father-in-law, President Thunderbolt Ross, used it to wage war and establish the United States as an undisputed superpower. All right, that's really all you need. How is this not on everyone's fucking list this week? That is amazing shit going on. But yeah, that's basically what's happening. Stage 4. This is Banner sending shit to the engine room for Hulk to fight so that he gets angrier and beats the shit out of, and he's able to beat the shit out of people easier. Just huge, big, giant spreads. This is Ross trying to destroy the Starship Hulk, with all his cool weapons. Look, just Ryan Otley just working. And then in typical Kate's fashion, it ends with Spider-Man, a fucked up Gamma Spider-Man from a different universe. Dude, it's just big, dumb, stupid. I mean, I love it so much. It's so ridiculously dumb.
Yeah, and we've said before that like this is probably the way to go. Do a hard pivot away from what they were doing in Immortal Hulk and just make it fun,
Yeah, there's no way they were going to be able to surpass what was going on in the Hulk using the same tone and tenor.
Yeah.
But if you do this, he went full Michael Bay with this. All right, basically. It's stupid. It's so stupid. But man, I love it so much. All right, number 2.
My number 2 was Nightwing, number 89.
Nice.
Tom Taylor's 2 mainstay DC books, Nightwing and Superman Son of Kal-El, are both pretty common features on our top 3s here.
Yes.
And this is a
crossover.
It's a pretty cool crossover of both. I like the dynamic that these two have. I like the way he writes a younger Dick Grayson being able to, be able to comfort a child in a way that Bruce could not,
Yeah.
And I like them interacting as adults. It makes sense, that Nightwing would be the guy funding this truth to power journalism thing that Superman finds himself involved in now.
Yeah, it's really fun. Taylor taking the 2 portions of the DC universe that he's playing in currently and pushing them together, smashing them together.
Yeah.
It works so well.
I mean, anyone who hasn't been reading the Superman book will have no fucking idea what is going on here.
Oh, yeah, you have to be reading both.
Yeah, you should be reading both, though. They're both really good.
I think so. Best line in this is Superman's robot saying, "Dick, you dropped this at me really fast." When he threw the stick.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Barbara had the second one. Hey, there's a robot petting our dog. I mean, just
yeah.
But that's just the master. Tom Taylor can take like the beginning where it's this emotional moment where Dick is juggling, to entertain this kid, and then he feels bad about not going and helping him sooner.
Yeah, I like the thing where it's like, I said I'd help. Superman asked me for help. What the fuck have I been doing?
Exactly. Yeah, just really fun stuff that he's been pulling from there. So yeah, excellent choice. Yeah, I'm anxious to read the next issue, which is going to happen in Son of Kal-El. The next
yeah.
My number 2 was X-Lives of Wolverine. Number 3, honestly, pound for pound, some of the best stuff on shelves right now. It's so fun. It's so interesting. All this cool shit is going on. Yeah, definitely pick that up. And the variant covers are hot as hell too. So that leads us to number 1. There can only be one thing.
I think it'll probably be the same for both of us. Mine is X-Men number 8.
It was solid, but it is not my number 1.
Okay, well, but yeah, this continues to be one of the better flagship titles, right? That either Marvel or DC is putting out. I really like the way that they writ MODOK in this. I also really like the dynamic they're giving between not Cyber Sync and Laura here.
It feels like it's over.
It is, but like I like the way that they're handling it. Like, and he didn't even write the setup for this. Hickman did, and he has picked up that ball and ran with it really, really well. He's done a good job, kind of like giving us like subtle things here and there. And yeah, it is kind of heartbreaking when like Sync gets to the end and he realizes that, this is never really going to work because even if I end up together with this version of Laura, it will never be my version of Laura that I spent hundreds of years with. I also really like the way he wrote her here, like, oh, you broke me down after only 200 years? Wow, good work.
But, I like that she was eating the whole time.
Yeah, I really like the
little things like that.
MODOK and buffet and everything.
Fun. Yeah. But
and I also really like the reveal here that it was actually Sync who is the one who went and mind wiped Ben Urich.
On whose permission? On whose orders?
No one's. He did it. Apparently, he called an audible.
That makes no.
That's the way they're presenting it.
How he is allowed to get away with that? It
It
makes
was
no
a pretty
sense to
shitty
me.
thing to do. And Cyclops is, I think, a little too cool with it, perhaps.
He's
But
way too fucking cool with it, dude. I had a lot of problems with this book. Okay, uh, uh, all right. The main problem I have with it is if we know it's sort of ending because they're redoing this entire team. Doesn't it feel like the X-Men are going to be not this same lineup here in a month or two when we have the new election and all that shit? Maybe not all of them are going, but the shit between Sync and Wolverine is wonderful. I wish it would play out over 50 issues, but now it just kind of feels like it's over.
I
Just
don't
all of a
think Sync is
sudden.
leaving the team. I think that like Cyclops' reaction there is like, no, you are not. I get the feeling that like
It's true, but
Polaris
it
is
feels
leaving the
like
team, but
he's like, no, you're not leaving, so I can keep my fucking eye on you.
maybe.
But
But I really hope they keep Sync because like his writing
he's
for this
awesome.
issue was really, really good. He's a character I did not give a shit about. I don't think I ever even heard of him
Yeah.
before he went into the vault in that part of Hickman's run.
Yeah.
And in there and in here, he's been a really cool character.
Yeah, no, I like everybody on this team. I like everything that they're doing, even though the things that they're doing isn't your typical even comic book storytelling. These all feel sort of like just connected one shots. We're never gonna see MODOK in this fucking book again.
Probably
We're
not, but
not.
they have done a good job like seeding things, and a lot of these things have panned out. Like,
Yeah.
what's his name showing up on Mars? That was a really cool payoff a
Oh
few issues ago.
yes, yeah, it was.
And
Yeah.
speaking of Sync being a fuck up a bit, when he gave his blood to the High Evolutionary, I'm sure he's got plans for that coming down the pipes. Also, a very bad call that he made there.
Yeah, Sync
But
is the worst, dude. As cool as he is, as fun as he is to see in this, he's a terrible character.
he's a bit of a fuck up, but
He's a total fuck up. He sucks.
But hey, some of your favorite characters are fuck ups. Don't you
Oh, for
always
sure.
like gush about fucking
I'm a Boom Boom fan. Okay,
or
she's a
yeah, and
fucking
multiple
raging
man.
alcoholic. All right, I love her so much.
Jamie Madrox is like the biggest
Oh,
fuck
he's
up.
the worst. Oh, Jamie is the worst. Yeah, but I don't know. This thing about Laura and Sync, it's never gonna work. I wish they would. I kind of wish they just would have dropped it.
I'm glad they didn't. I really enjoyed that dynamic
Yeah.
playing out here. I think that's a really compelling story, and I'm glad
I
to see
think it can be, but I don't know. I have faith that Duggan's going to take it in a good spot. I'm just a little worried. All right, I leave it to me. My number one, out of nowhere, nostalgia fueled GI Joe, a real American hero.
You were crapping all over my pick, Jesus.
Saturday morning adventures number one. No, X-Men is a solid pick. Art alone.
Oh yeah, the art's always like top shelf in that book.
This is Eric Burnham and Dan Schoening. The art in this is perfect. Why? Because it is exactly what you expect from the source material. The source material for this is not a comic. Okay, the stories that happened in the Marvel G1 comic of G.I. Joe had nothing to do ever with what was going on the screen during the original animated series. This comic is a direct sequel to what was going on in the G.I. Joe comics. Now, it may not be in continuity because G.I. Joe, had Cobra Commander eventually be turned into a snake and Serpentor taking over. This seems more like a season 1 episode of the original animated series. And that's what this book was promised as. And it delivered exactly that, and it did it perfectly. The dialogue was great. Basically, Cobra Commander finds an artifact. He has Zartan go get it for him. It's got Aladdin's lamp in it. He summons a genie. He wishes for giant bats. Bats are giant robots, battle android troopers, right? And that's it. He has the battle android trooper go attack the Joes. They do a little, they beat it eventually. And then, I mean, how deep can I go into an episode of G.I. Joe? You know what I mean? There's not a lot of depth here.
I mean, it does look like they succeeded at making this a send up of the old cartoon.
That's exactly what it was. This is a continuation of season 1 of the original G.I. Joe animated series, and it worked perfectly, if I can say so, even down to the one to grow on that they threw in at the end. This kid's reading a comic, and he's like, this comic sucks. I'm going to go tell everybody how bad it sucks. And Mainframe shows up, the computer guy for G.I. Joe. It says, hey, man, don't be an asshole on the fucking internet just because you didn't like something. Don't ruin somebody else's good time.
It is kind of a good touch that they have like that like
Yes.
fucking antique computer there as well.
Yeah, right. The TSR or the TRS at 100 or whatever the hell, the Radio Shack computer. But yeah, dude, this book had no business being this cool. Yes, fueled 100% by nostalgia, but there's nothing wrong with that. You know, that's okay. I was really surprised that I liked this as much as I did. So, yeah, G.I. Joe Saturday Morning Adventures #1. That's only a 4-issue miniseries, which I'm a little upset about. But that's what happens when you lose a license. You know?
I mean, I feel like this maybe doesn't have the legs to go much longer than like a mini, you know?
No, dude, this has legs to go for a while. It really, really
I'll
does.
take your word for it.
I'm in several G.I. Joe groups, and they all loved it. They all picked up copies. It's hitting spec over there with them now because there were like 5 variant covers for this book. So it's got some legs. So will Image, Skybound, Kirkman, whoever picks it up, do this same similar thing? I doubt it. I really doubt it.
Not for a while, at least.
Yeah, I think it's a winner if they would. But yeah, I don't think they're going to. So, yeah, so we're booked out. There's a lot of good stuff this week. A lot of good stuff coming out next week. Come back tomorrow. We're going to do our weekly show on Mondays where we talk about all of the new books coming out. So definitely come for that. Again, thanks everybody for hanging out. We've got all kinds of shit you can do. Go to outrightgeekery.com. Check out the Comic Book Bullies. They'll be doing a show tonight on these channels. OutRightGeekery.com's got links to everything you would ever need associated with what we got going on. Merch, Patreon, links to all of our social media. What else, man? We got shit going on throughout the week. Like I said, come back for our show tomorrow night. David should be in for that. I don't know where Adam is. Hopefully he's going to come back eventually. Can't stay gone forever.
I mean, Jules has.
Yeah, it's true. I hadn't talked to Jules either. He won't message me back. So
I won't.
Whatever. Again, everybody, thanks for hanging out, but most of all, thanks to this Joker for hanging out with that Joker.
Yeah, get that sweet Ted Lasso action.
Yeah, we're gonna do it again next time.
Same geek time, same geek channel.
Getting so much better at that.
Well, thank you, man.
We've had a lot of practice.
Yeah, lately.